Hey everyone, I hope you're taking it easy and your day has been great thus far. For this video we'll be going through a quick unboxing of Classic Class 24 Sentinel Prime, and this version of Sentinel is from Dark of the Moon, and Sentinel Prime being a Transformer, this is from the Blokees Transformers Classic Class subline. I'll call it a subline, but I get confused if it's whether it's a main line or a subline. Actually, it's probably a main line, not a subline. Anyway, doing a little bit of an intermission because I've had two of these classic classes arrive. So I'll quickly go through these unboxings and then after that resume the unboxings and builds from the C01 Rollout Transformers Wheels collection. Anyway, getting straight into it, front of the box, we have a nice image here of Sentinel Prime, as I said, from Dark of the Moon, not to be mistaken from Transformers 1. Although I did say after his Transformers 1 unboxing, I do remember saying I hope they do one for Dark of the Moon. Here we are. So, front of the box, very nice imposing image of Sentinel. If only we knew what was going to happen by the end of it. But there you go. So Classic Class Sentinel Prime, 90 pieces to put together. And because we're back to the Classic Class Transformers, we're back to having some LEDs. Obviously the question will always be if it's a dead on arrival or not. One side of the box will have a nice front image of Sentinel and a rear shot, 20 movable joints, and there will be some included accessories. And then just another image here of Sentinel, which is probably just a mirror flip of the front of the box. As for the back, they're getting actually quite basic and generic these days with the Transformer ones, but we do have an image there of Sentinel at the very top, and then at the bottom here Sentinel in his basically, I dare say, inner frame, and then the outer frame we do get a quick hint at the included runners. So we have changed the style of the back of the box from where we used to be, but that's okay. I mean, it doesn't need to be overly glamorous. But in a way, I do kind of miss some of the extra stuff that was on the back. Anyway, that was the box. Time to have a look at the contents. Okay, what was included? Usual manual, as opposed to saying front of the manual. So manual, front image here is pretty much the same as the back of the box. Front of the box, not the back of the box. We're going places. Back of the booklet, however, we'll just go back to that nice Transformers Dark of the Moon logo there. Opening up the manual, we do get the usual breakdown of the included parts. So there will be some loose parts and the parts on runners. Otherwise, the build is pretty much exactly as we are accustomed to seeing. So head, both arms, body and crotch, and both legs. And then we just have a quick page for the accessories, and it looks like we'll be getting some little effect pieces now, which is kind of nice. But that's basically the manual for Sentinel Prime. What else did we get? Well, because we're now dealing with the LEDs again, we do have this nice little booklet as to how to change the batteries. As I frequently say, I'll get to doing it once, but usually by the time I find out, it's pretty much after the fact. We get two bags, so here's bag one with a number of loose items, which will just stay in the bag until I'm ready to build. And the other bag will be one, the actual base plate itself, and Sentinel's fairly detailed shield, which appears to all be a single piece. So we have those two bags of pieces. Now, as for everything else, two A's, 1 and 2, in a nice dark graphite bordering black. So a lot of this will be in a frame and the base of his weapons. So that's nice that we get those. So we have two A's, two B's, still in that very dark graphite bordered black. So as we've seen from some of the artwork around the, well, not the artwork, but the images around the box, most of these graphite runners will be pretty much in a frame. Actually, I forgot, there actually is a third B runner, a B3, which will be primarily his weapon, and there'll just be some little pin items there. There are actually 3 B frames in total. Moving into a little bit of colour, C's 1 and 2, both in a very nice red. no additional paint apps though. And then we get 2 Ds, 1, 2 and 3. So starting with D1 with the little track threads, I think. Well, I call them track threads. I don't think they're actually track threads. But that's obviously for his back. And then we get Ds 2 and 3. 2 is definitely very much black, much like D1 was. And then D3 will go into some translucent blue pieces. And that will bring us to an end of the unboxing for Classic Class 24 Sentinel Prime from Dark of the Moon. I'm definitely looking forward to putting Sentinel together. Even when I put Sentinel from Transformers 1, that was a very fun build. His weapon is obviously very iconic, so it'll be nice to have this version of Sentinel. Granted, things went a bit weird by the end of the movie, but also wasn't too surprising. It was foreshadowed at the beginning. But it'll be nice to have the Dark of the Moon Sentinel, Dark of the Moon Megatron, and I guess I dare say Dark of the Moon Optimus, which is basically Jetwing Optimus when you detach things. So lots of things to do from a scenic perspective. Be interesting to have the 3 of them together. Assuming I ever get some time to do that. Anyway, leaving it there, so thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel and I do appreciate it. There's stuff on my Instagram and the YouTube community tab, largely work in progress stuff of whatever I'm working on at the time. Maybe Blokees stuff, could be Warhammer stuff, could be anything. Just depends what I'm posting at the time. With that being said, stay safe and take care, and I'll catch you all in a future video. See ya.